Hello, all you film freaks and movie maniacs out there. My name is Nolan Carr, and I'd like to welcome you to the go-to podcast for all things cinema. But before you can ask any questions, just sit back, relax, as I present to you a Strawlane Studio Productions Critiquing with Carr. And welcome to a brand new edition of Critiquing with Carr and a movie to review. Now, this movie I'm discussing with you today is probably one of the most adventurous movies I've ever seen, because the movie we're discussing this week on Memorable Movie Monday is Back to the Future. I mean, from start to finish, it is a great movie. I could watch it time and time again. It is that great. Now, how these reviews usually go is I talk about who's behind the camera to make it possible, who's in front of the camera to make it possible, who produced it, what production company it was, how it was distributed, when it was released, its box office total, its budget, its competition during award season, and much more before I discuss the top 10 highest grossing films of that year's release, my review, then my ranking out of 10 Diamond Days. And with that being said, let's begin. Coming in also as one of the two co-screenwriters, as the director, we have Robert Zemeckis. The other screenwriter was Bob Gale, and it was produced by Bob Gale as well, and Neil Ganton. The cast for this film is as follows: Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, and Crispin Glover. The cinematographer for this film was Dean Cundy. This movie was edited by Arthur Schmidt and Harry Karamidas. The music was done by Alan Silvestri. The production company was Amblin Entertainment. It was distributed by Universal Pictures. It was released on July 3rd of 1985 in the United States. The runtime was 116 minutes. The budget was $9 million. And the box office total for Back to the Future was $388.8 million. The accolades for this film are as follows. At the Academy Awards, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale were nominated for Best Original Screenplay. Chris Hayes, Johnny Cola, and Huey Lewis were nominated for Best Song. Bill Varney, B. Tennyson, Sebastian III, Robert Thurwell, and William Kaplan were nominated for Best Sound Mixing. And Charles L. Campbell and Robert R. Rutledge won for Best Sound Editing. At the Golden Globe Awards, it was nominated for Best Comedy or Musical Picture. Michael J. Fox was nominated for Best Lead Actor in a Comedy or Musical. Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis were nominated for Best Screenplay, and Johnny Cola, Chris Hayes, and Huey Lewis were nominated for Best Original Song. At the BAFTA Awards, it was nominated for Best Film, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale for Best Original Screenplay, Arthur Schmidt and Harry Karamidas for Best Editing, Lawrence G. Paul for Best Production Design, and Kevin Pike and Ken Ralston for Best Special Visual Effects. At the Writers Guild of America Awards, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale were nominated for Best Original Screenplay. At the National Board of Review Awards, it was nominated for Top 10 Films. At the David D. Donatello Awards, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale won for Best Foreign Screenplay, and Steven Spielberg also won for Best Foreign Producer. And finally, at the Japan Academy Film Prize Awards, it won for Best Foreign Language Film. And now it's time for one of my two favorite parts, which is when I discuss the top 10 highest grossing films of that year's release, being Back to the Future. Coming number 10 is Witness. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. Its worldwide gross was $68.7 million. And it stars Harrison Ford, Kelly McGillis, Lucas Haas, and John Rubes. Coming number 9 was Spies Like Us. It was distributed by Warner Bros. Its worldwide gross was $77.3 million. And it stars Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, and Steve Forrest. Coming number 8 was Cocoon. It was distributed by 20th Century Fox. Its worldwide gross was $85.3 million. And it stars Don Amici, Wilford Brimley, Hume Cronin, and Brian Denny. Coming number 7 was The Jewel of the Nile. It was distributed by 20th Century Fox. Its worldwide gross was $96.7 million, and it stars Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner, and Danny DeVito. Coming number 6 was The Color Purple. It was distributed by Warner Bros. Its worldwide gross was $98.4 million, and stars Danny Glover, Adolph Caesar, Margaret Avery, Ray Don Chong, and Whoopi Goldberg. Coming number 5 was The Goonies. It was distributed by Warner Bros. Its worldwide gross was $125 million, and it stars Sean Astin, Josh Brolin, Jeff Cohen, Corey Feldman, Cary Green, Martha Plimpton, and Ke Huy Quan. Coming number 4 was Out of Africa. It was distributed by Universal Pictures. Its worldwide gross was $227.5 million. And it stars Robert Redford, Meryl Streep, and Klaus Maria Brandhauer. Coming number 3 was Rocky 4. It was distributed by MGM and United Artists Entertainment. Its worldwide gross was $300.4 million. And it stars Sylvester Stallone, Talia Shire, Burt Young, Carl Weathers, Bridget Nielsen, and Dolph Lundgren. Coming number 2 was Rambo, First Blood Part 2. It was distributed by TriStar Pictures. Its worldwide gross was also $300.4 million, and stars Sylvester Stallone, Richard Crenna, Charles Napier, and Steve Burkhoff. Coming number 1 as the highest grossing film of 1985 was Back to the Future. It was distributed by Universal Pictures. Its worldwide gross was $388.8 million, and it stars Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah Thompson, and Crispin Glover. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, my review of Back to the Future. Back to the Future stands as a timeless testament to the power of cinematic storytelling, weaving together elements of science fiction, comedy, and adventure in a way that continues to captivate audiences decades after its release. Directed by Robert Zemeckis and released in 1985, this iconic film takes viewers on an exhilarating journey through time, propelled by its memorable characters, clever plot twist, and undeniable charm. At the heart of Back to the Future is the unlikely partnership between Martin McFly, portrayed by the charismatic Michael J. Fox, and the eccentric scientist Dr. Emmett Doc Brown, brought to life with unforgettable energy by Christopher Lloyd. The chemistry between Fox and Lloyd is palpable, their interactions crackling with humor and camaraderie as they navigate the complexities of time travel and the consequences of altering the past. One of the film's greatest strengths lies in its attention to detail, evident in the meticulously crafted sets and costumes that transport the viewer seamlessly between the 1980s and 1950s. The supporting cast of Back to the Future further enriches the film's tapestry, from the bumbling antagonist Biff Tannen, played with gleeful malice by Thomas F. Wilson, to the earnest sincerity of Marty's loyal friend Jennifer, portrayed by Claudia Wells. Each character brings their own unique quirks and motivations to the table, adding depth and complexity to the narrative. One of the film's most iconic sequences occurs early on when Marty inadvertently travels back in time to 1955, setting off a chain of events that threatens to unravel the fabric of existence itself. As Marty grapples with the unfamiliar sights and sounds of the past, from the prevalence of soda fountains to the forgoing rock and roll scene, audiences are treated to a masterclass in fish-out-of-water comedy, punctuated by moments of genuine emotional resonance. However, Back to the Future is more than just a showcase of dazzling special effects and witty one-liners. At its core, the film explores themes of destiny, courage, and the power of self-discovery as Marty confronts his own fears and insecurities while striving to reconcile the past with the present. Whether he's outsmarting a gang of bullies or serenading his teenage parents with an impromptu rendition of Earth Angel, Marty's journey is one of growth and self-realization, resonating with audiences of all ages. Of course, no discussion of Back to the Future would be complete without mentioning its iconic score, composed by the legendary Alan Silvestri. From the infectious energy of The Power of Love, the soaring orchestral melodies that accompany Marty's most daring escapades, Silvestri's music serves as the perfect backdrop to Zemeckis' cinematic vision, elevating the film to new heights of emotional resonance and cultural significance. In conclusion, Back to the Future stands as a timeless classic that continues to enchant and inspire audiences around the world. With its unforgettable characters, ingenious premise, and universal themes, it's no wonder the film remains a beloved favorite among moviegoers of all generations. Whether you're a longtime fan or experiencing Hill Valley for the first time, Back to the Future is a cinematic journey you won't want to miss. That being said, I'm proud to give this movie a commendable score of 8.5 out of 10 on the Diamond Days scale. Now, as we wrap up this great edition of Memorable Movie Monday on Critiquing with Carr, I just want to remind you of a few more things. As always, if you've enjoyed this review, do us a favor by subscribing on YouTube, following on the audio platforms, clicking that thumbs up or like buttons so you can tell us you enjoy these episodes, turning on post notifications on those platforms so you can stay up to date when episodes release on those platforms, as well as clicking that share arrow so you can continue to grow the podcast with all your friends and family. Also, if you want other ways of staying up to date with the show, do us a favor by following us on Instagram at Critiquing with Carr. And with that, my film freaks and cinephiles, happy viewing.